helping me deepen my experience to helping others. Okay, so Rouhani celestial healing, it comes in on the pink ray of love. It's a divine source energy. And this is actually really, really important because I am aware, and I'm not going to be naming any names, but I am aware of other modalities where the purity of divine source has been a little bit tempered by human interference. Now, when Carol Ann Stacey received the Rahanni, she had a complete and utter out-of-body experience. So what she was given was absolutely pure source energy, just no interference whatsoever, just pure divine source. She was completely out of her body. And I feel this is why Rouhani celestial healing is so divinely pure. It is also an energy that really helps children. And you can use it on a baby, a soul, even before they've been conceived. You can help them actually right through the portal of birth, and it can help people right through the portal of death as well. Carol's actually just produced a really lovely book, Rouhani Inspirational Messages, Oracle book, and it has beautiful messages in it. And so I just, with intent today, I just wanted to open a card for the people listening. And the page that opened was Twin Soul. If you can see that lovely, lovely rose about meeting twin flame, strengthening the twin flame relationship. And I just thought that's a really lovely message for the people that are listening. Okay, so I'm just going to try and share my screen 1 minute. So just give me a little minute. If I can do it, I'll try and do it and see if it actually works. Okay. Oops. 1 second. Oh, good. I hope this is working for you. Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about the celestial beings connected with Rouhani celestial healing, working with it, and we're going to do a little meditation, and there will be a question and answer session at the end. So just to mention about being ready for Rouhani, because it's such a divine energy, Rouhani comes to you when you are ready. It's a little bit like a 5D Reiki. It's an energy that is, in its essence, helps you to open up to truth, love, and compassion. It helps increase your intuition. It helps increase your connection to your guides, to your angels. And I feel that there's been very few people who haven't wanted Rouhani when I've offered it. And I feel that people, it comes to people when they're ready for it. It comes across gentle, and sometimes people can mistake a gentle energy as one that's not powerful. And I have seen throughout my years of working with Rouhani that it's actually immensely powerful, and it just has so much feminine love through it. This feminine love, which from the pink way, which pervades men and women in the heart. It's not like a male or female thing that I'm talking about here. It's an energy that will balance an entire human being and bring them more from their mind into their heart and heart-centered. And so with Rouhani, it helps with the truth in the tummy to bring balance there, the love in the heart, the compassion in the head. And of course, when we've got compassion for other people, it helps us to open our hearts, and it helps us to be more tolerant, more forgiving, deal with our own stuff. I found it immensely healing for myself as well on my journey. And so the journey with Rouhani as well is that it is the love of Great Spirit Source. Throughout this talk as well, I tend to talk about Great Spirit because it's what God, to me, how God showed God to me is a Great Spirit with many, many, many spirits. So my own background as a scientist, I was quite fixed, and I had my ideas about life. I grew up in Northern Ireland, where religions, well, you know yourself, it's not the most how do we put this lightly? It's just that religion, you can see the problems religion has caused in Northern Ireland. So I've never been very religious for a number of reasons. I've always been much more spiritual, and my own aim in life is to completely get out of the way. So to be a service to humanity in the best way that I can. And Rohani is absolutely shaping me and helping me do that. It's very, very beautiful. So, okay. And then, of course, just a little bit about the consciousness at the moment. Those of you who are into spirituality will absolutely know that many of the traditions, many of the prophecies have all said about this time of rising consciousness, about this time of coming into the fifth dimension. Anything in the fifth dimension and above is divine consciousness. It's the energy of God, fifth dimension and above. So anything below that can be, with interference, the astral plane and all that kind of thing. It doesn't mean that divine energies can't spread to the other dimensions. For example, the celestial dragons can easily cross down to the fourth dimension, and that's why they're so useful to help us, because some of those divine beings can do that, to come a bit closer to people who can't feel spirit in that way. Okay. So I love this slide. You might have seen it before. It's just a little bit about the consciousness model, and David Hawkins wrote the book Power versus Force, and Don Beck wrote the book, the Spiral Dynamics book, and it just talks about the consciousness rising. So you can see from the beginning of time how it's been rising, and there's been a momentous leap up into higher consciousness. And of course, unity consciousness is what they're talking about now, which Rohani does help with. And the David Hawkins model, I always mention this one because it so relates to the personal experience. And everybody's consciousness goes up and down, whether they realize it or not. All the most spiritual people, they go up and down as they're evolving. And when you're in your own stuff, the best thing to do is just sit with it. Don't judge yourself, but sort of ignore it a little bit and sort of say, okay, let me just deal with this and let it pass. So when you're in anything, if you see that gray line, truth is above that and falsehood is below that. So just remember, when you're in your stuff, or if you're feeling any of these, shame, guilt, extreme fear, anger, remember the Sangomas say, without anger, your teeth wouldn't be hard. Fear is a really useful emotion when these emotions they're felt, and it's like they get your attention. So those can be intuitive feelings as well. It's like you become, it's like a warning sometimes to your spirit guides, can help you to feel a warning coming. These emotions, it's not like blocking them off or not feeling them, but they come into complete balance with your heart, because more and more you become who you are. You feel them, and then you're like, oh, okay, and then you get the sense of peace. And this is what I found. Rohani has been amazing. It makes you a more heart-centered person, but it doesn't let you run away from your stuff if that's your intent. I've had a very deep healing when I was calling on the Rohani beings every day, and I probably went through my biggest fear over the last number of years, and the Rohani beings helped me do that. And when you go into a place where you think you're not going to make it, now be it near death, or be it when you're taken to that place where you're absolutely stripped bare, all your conditioning is taken, you're in a place where you completely let go. I found the Rohani beings an immense help and an immense support to give me the faith and the trust that whatever worked out was going to be for the highest good. So yeah, that's just a little bit about sharing about that. So remember, you can't dowse as well. Dowsing, your vibration has to be over 200. You don't get the clarity. When you're too close to someone as well, you can't really get the same clarity because you're a little bit attached to them at times. So above 200, it gets clear and clear. Then 500, love, joy, and then you get into those states where you become really enlightenment, peace. You can just hear the guides, you can see the guides lucidly in your meditations, and yeah, that's really lovely. Okay, lovely pink rose here, because Rohani is all about the pink rose in the heart. So this is a little bit about Rouhani celestial healing. So what is it? How did it come about? The Rouhani Principles, truth, love, and compassion, and the gifts of Rouhani. Okay, so let's just remind ourselves, what is Rouhani celestial healing? Ra is actually from the Egyptian sun god. Hani means favored grace. It's a divine celestial energy from the planets Sirius, where the Great White Brotherhood, I always say Brotherhood, Sisterhood, because it's got both on it, resides. The Pleiades, the Pleiadians are the beings which come in, they look blue, and they help very much with organic gardening, healthy food, less sprays. They're helping us to, awaken as well. And with Rouhani, any attunement with Rouhani, you get a guide, you get a Pleiadian guide, and you also get a celestial pink angel coming with you to help you on your journey into the fifth dimension. So, and Andromeda, one of my favorites. So Andromeda is a planet that has beautiful pink seas, many, many whale and dolphin spirits. And it's very much connected with the Rahanni. So, and Hani, did I mention Hani is the name, the Hebrew girl's name, meaning favored grace. And so Rahani, it's like a return to source, healing that fall from grace with a divine balance of beautiful masculine and feminine love. And it means of one heart. And it comes in on the pink ray of love. There's only 2 levels in Rohani. It's lovely and simple, with a 6-month gap in between. So sometimes you might see on my website that I've got one on Saturday and one on Sunday, but never the same people are attending those 2 days, because there has to be a 6-month gap because of the jump in vibration from the practitioner's level to the teacher's level. There's 10 on the practitioner's class and 1 or 2 on the teacher's class. Okay, so the Rouhani Principles, what are they? I find them really, really good for whatever healing modality you do. These are really, really lovely common healing principles that can help you to align with your heart, get out of the way, be of better service. So release. So that's about releasing your own stuff, moving into your heart more and more as best you can. And the more you do that, I definitely find that the better service you are as a person to other people. Highest good, everything is done for the highest good, the divine highest good. Meditation, another really important one, strengthens your connection with the guides, strengthens your connection to the divine Mother Earth, which is all part of Source, by the way. This is what's so lovely about divine Source, when you actually get out of the way and ask to be shown what God is. There's many, many spirits and many, many beings that come from divine source. So focus, another really important one when you're doing a healing or session on someone, to get out of the way, close your eyes and be kind of the absent slate. So you can use, with Rohani, it comes in on a gold white light that goes down the left and fills them up, down the right, fill them up with Christ consciousness light, pink in the middle of the heart. But also the focus. So you can actually focus an area on the violet flame coming in. If you perceive any shadows there, or if you feel something, different people use different senses. What do you feel? Focus is really important, to be focused on the client at all times from your heart without judgment, so that they get to trust you and they can feel comfortable with you. Visualization, another really powerful one, about visualizing that golden white light. If you're not yet at the stage where you can perceive and heal spirit, perceive spirit and be a vessel for their healing, which took me many, many years. Being a marine conservation ecologist, my head was just full of stuff. And it took me many years to empty that. I think it actually, to be honest, it took me about 3 shamanic wheels to actually get out of the way a little bit. And truth, love, and compassion, really, really, really lovely essence of Rohani there. So the gifts of Rohani, celestial healing, there's many, 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 and they just keep coming to me intuitively. They really, really do. Sorry, I'm just having a quick look here, just to make sure. Oh yes, I wanted to show you this. So this is Carol's CD, My Rohani Journey. You can get this CD on her website, www.rohanicelestialhealing.co.uk, and it's actually a really lovely CD, even if you haven't got Rohani, just to listen to it, because you'll feel how pure Carol is. When I met her, I feel she's the embodiment of Rohani. She radiates it, the gentleness and the love of Rohani and the beings that come through it. So that's a really lovely CD. This CD, by the way, all teachers get as a CD or an MP3. So all teachers get this CD during their attunement. And then there's also lots of other little activations on Carol's website. That's a picture of Dr. Lorfan, by the way, the Atlantean being, Dr. Lorfan, really amazing being. So when you want to call on Mahatma, Metatron, Melchizedek, the 3 M's, and Dr. Lorfan, you can ask for the cosmic viral vacuum to help with protection against viruses. The 3 M's and Dr. Lorfan. Okay. Sorry. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about this. I've completely jumbled up my sheets. So I'm just going to talk intuitively. Okay. Okay. So anyway, so the gifts of Rohani. So as I mentioned, I actually don't have the words in my heart to describe what a blessing and what a gift this has been to me. It's completely and utterly changed my life. And it's my favorite healing modality, and one which I use every day and probably will continue using it every day for the rest of my life. I never ever send Rohani healing without permission. I used to love Reiki. I did Reiki for many years. And then when I got pregnant, I really learned that the little being in my womb did not want Reiki. I couldn't give it to her. She didn't want it because the vibration wasn't right for her. It wasn't celestial enough. So don't let this is not a judgment. This is just the truth. It's just what was shown. And it was very, very, very clear because I wasn't allowed to give it to her. But when I got the Rohani, the day I got Rohani actually was the 4th of the 4th, 14, and that was the day I was actually found out that I was pregnant with our first, well, our second, but our first who actually fully came through. But why I say this to you is because it's so incredible to help babies and young children. Those Reiki people will know that you're not allowed to do Reiki before 16 weeks of the baby in the womb. It's not done. With Rohani, you can do it from before they're conceived. You can actually put the little being, but of course, always just ask permission. Always rely on the guides and what you're doing. Myself and Paul always say we never know what's going to come up in a session. We never know, and that's a really good thing because we're out of the way and we're shown by Divine Spirit what to do, and that way then you're not interfering with someone. You're not projecting what your mind thinks that person needs, because sometimes you can be completely and utterly wrong. And this, of course, takes time. So the Rohani helps with your own ascension process to connect with your heart, as I mentioned, to be of better service to humanity, to open your heart without judgment. and where your intent is to heal yourself, which is so, so important. When you're in your healing mode and you're giving healing, they clear your stuff. It's like it's gone. Your stuff is just gone. And then they bring it back for you to deal with in divine and right timing. And just keep having that intent. Just keep having intent that your life goes around in divine and right timing, and that your relationships get formed in divine and right timing, and that you attract people that that understand you and that feed your heart and your soul and the work you came to do as a soul. Because often when you come into this spiritual work, and waffling a little bit, but I think this is quite important, particularly what's happening at the minute. When you come into this work, it's like the old world has to be completely taken away from you at times. And I found a lot of relationships just broke down, like as in they just didn't resonate with that same heart spiritual connection that the people that my closest friends do now. So, and that takes time, and and it doesn't mean that you don't love the people that have been around you, but sometimes they're just on a different journey. Okay, and the Rohani helps with that. So it's a connection to the higher beings of light and love source that gets very much strengthened in Rohani, and it raises your consciousness. It's a very, very healing energy. But again, as Carol says in the manual, it's important not to just completely expect miracles every time. Miracles do happen. I've seen them happen, but there's a sort of humility that Spirit will give you. People who've been on this work for many years, humility is a really essential part, because we're not the ones in control at all. It's Divine Spirit. So, and there's many more blessings, as it's a source energy that just pour on us when we open our hearts to receive them. Lovely picture of Archangel Michael. So Archangel Michael, what are the celestial beings connected with Rohani? Archangel Michael with faith, that these are the female energies in brackets. Archangel Uriel, really good one if you're tired. Archangel Michael, the protector angel, blue, communication, helps with technology. I called him Archangel Michael today. Archangel Uriel, really good if you're tired. Archangel Gabriel, again, lovely angel, helps with writing, I'm pretty sure. Archangel Raphael, the healer angel. Hope is the counterpart of Gabriel. Mary is the counterpart of Raphael. Archangel Shamuel, really good for broken hearts, unconditional love, soulmate love, relationships, heals relationships. Charity is the angel as well, the divine feminine of Shamuel. And they are one, by the way. They're one energy. And it's all part of source. Archangel Jophiel, I always feel very joyful, gives you illumination for writing. And Christine, Zadkiel, really important one. Zadkiel with Saint Germain, holder of the violet flame, amethyst energy. The violet flame is such a gift to the planet. And they've been adding and adding to the violet flame since it was given back to the planet. And remember the colors. So when you start out, the colors you see, you can imagine them. And then what happens is just a color will just come in. So how do you know that it's not you? How do you know that it's not your mind? It's never in your train of thought. So it's not like you're thinking, oh, I'll go and make a cup of tea. Do. It's like it just hits you. So the guide just can clearly come in, and you're almost like, oh, hello. And it's like it becomes clearer and clearer and more lucid, like the lucid dreaming. Sometimes it's just so clear that you're like, oh, hello. That's how you know. That's how you know. And then with Rohani, it brings you, well, my own experience is it brings you more into your body. So it helps you truly embody truth. And when you are talking to someone, then when you're having a conversation, where does it resonate in your body? Is it really pulling your stomach? It's like, oh God, this is exhausting. I can't help this person. They're just stuck in their head. So I'll just say a prayer for them. Or they're like, oh yeah, and there's a divine flow going on in your heart, and you're chatting away, and there's these ideas of intuition coming in, and You know, it's a really, really lovely connection. And I find that happens a lot with spiritual people. You're just chatting away and all these lovely, beautiful intuitions just come in with people on the same wavelength as you. And it's often about creation and creating positive change for the future, and then, you know, putting that into manifestation. Okay, I better check the time. Okay, 1 sec. And of course, Kuan Yin. So just to mention about the violet flame, again, another really important one, because I was talking about the colors that come in. So the violet flame can actually burn up negativity and transmute it into positive energy. So it's used a lot with Rohani. You can burn up say the shadow you might perceive in a person, or you can just feel a heaviness down the right or the left or wherever you feel it. And then you can bring in the white gold Christ conscious light, you know, calling on their, you know, divine soul essence to return, you know, in a divine way. You know, all this is covered during the practitioner's course. Kuan Yin, goddess of mercy, amazing for babies. Melchizedek, the universal logos, the overseer of the universe, the being that appeared to Carol in the out-of-body experience. Again, a lot of love with these beings. White eagle. The being White Eagle, to me, appears as a big Indian with feathers in his head. That's the way I see him. And he holds the 6-pointed star. So Rahanni comes through a 6-pointed star, triangle pointing up, triangle pointing down. So it's like humanity reaching up for source, source reaching down to humanity. Perfect balance above and below. Perfect balance. And it's the Christ consciousness star. And that's what White Eagle holds. So it's a simple hands-on energy therapy. And the client is always held in a 6-pointed star. And you can use it for distance healing too. But again, it's just really important to call on the higher self for permission, you know, and get a clear yes, no, if the person would like to receive the healing. Very important, because then you're not creating more karma for yourself. It's an intuitive healing light, as Carol always says. It's not written in stone. The violet flame is another part that we just mentioned. I use the violet flame an awful lot as well, and a really great energy for children. Every night I actually use it for our children. I always just leave them in the Rohani star with the gold light around them, and it helps with truth, love, and compassion. Okay, so there's a couple of lovely CDs. Again, on Carol's website, there's a really beautiful CD. It's called Of One Heart. And the last time I put the music on, it was lovely music from Georgie Dane, who sometimes sings at Carol's events, seraphisamusic.com. Again, really, really lovely music. So what we're going to do now is just to do a meditation in a few minutes to connect with Rohani celestial healing. But I'm actually going to put, I'm just going to check the time. So I'll do this slide first. So you can use Rohani on yourself and your clients, on animals and plants, on water. You can also put a crystal in it, and you can take it to the lake or the sea to release that consciousness. On your food, planet in the star through the higher selves always. Yes. So if you're guided, you can also in a group send healing to the Mother Earth and the planet, and always have the intention that the healing will spread through the higher selves of the people, and they will receive it exactly as they're meant to in divine time and in divine grace. And when you can't sleep or there's anything going on, I always use Rohani. And it's one of those energies that gets stronger and stronger the more you use it, the more you feel it in your hands, the more you feel it in your body. The gentleness, but the power of it. So it's very amazing. And I've mentioned that about the children, helping them through the portal of birth. Okay. And we're going to do a question and answer session after the meditation. And for more information, please visit Carol Ann Stacey's website, rohanicelestialhealing.co.uk, and our own website, www.pathwayteaching.com. And that's our email, info@pathwayteaching.com, for any questions you might have. Okay, so I'm just going to stop the share now, and I'm just going to do a meditation with the Rouhani celestial healing beings for whoever would like to join me now. So just wherever you are now, if you want to join me, you can just make yourself comfortable. And just move your body just a little bit, just so that you're, letting go of everything. Feel your feet on the floor. And just take a couple of nice deep breaths into your tummy. And just let go of whatever's going on in your mind. It just doesn't really matter. Just let it go. And if the thoughts won't go, well, then just observe them kindly. Just observe them and say, okay, that thought's there. I'm just going to let it be. And you can even send violet flame up to it. Burn it in the violet flame. And just with your heart now, just feel your heart filling with a lovely white gold light with every breath you're taking. As you breathe in, the white gold light comes in. As you breathe out, it moves into all your cells and your entire being. As you breathe in, the white gold light comes in. As you breathe out, the white gold light is filling your heart, every cell in your heart and your being. As you breathe in, the white gold light is coming in. It can come in through the top of your head if you like, through your heart, through your breath. Whatever resonates with you, it doesn't really matter. So breathe in. White gold light in the heart. And now we're going to send the white gold light down through your tummy, your legs, your ankles, your feet, right down, down, down to the very divine center, divine source. God below, if you like, source below, the Mother Earth. So really feel that connection to the Mother Earth. And we just say thank you to the Mother Earth. And we ask her for a blessing for being here. And she's just said granted. So thank you for the blessing of being here, being embodied in this planet now. So we see that white gold light connecting all the way down to her. And however else you want to see yourself grounded, just if it's roots, whatever other way you want to see yourself completely grounded, just feel that connection now, right through your feet to the Mother Earth. Well done. And we're just going to let that strengthen, that connection to the Mother Earth. So we just breathe in the white gold light, that we're strengthening the connection to the Mother Earth. The more you're connected to the Mother Earth, the more divine light you can draw down. The more you embody the light. And just breathe and relax all the way down to the center of the Mother Earth. And just breathe and feel. Allow yourself to feel. What's going on in your body right now? What's going on? Just observe it and breathe into it and keep letting it go. We're going to bring in the violet flame, Saint Germain, Archangel Zadkiel, Archangel Michael, to protect the space. And when you protect yourself, always, always from your heart. You're always doing protection from your heart. You're not creating a wall out of fear, because that's a feeling that you might feel unsafe. So feel the unsafeness and breathe into it and breathe in the light to it. And then just radiate out light for your aura. And what color? What is spirit, divine spirit, source, love, God, in whatever words resonate? What are the divine Rohani beings putting around your aura now? I see a lot of pink and a lot of blue going around the energies in the group. And there's also silver. So when spirit wraps someone in silver, it can mean that there's geopathic stress or there's an energy in the home that needs cleared. Because silver's like a metallic energy, and I only really see spirit wrapping people in like a metallic silver when there's other energies in the home that can interfere with their being, with their resonance, with their vibration. So they're wrapping someone in silver. So if you feel there's something going on with your home, you might want to get it checked. Okay, so anyway, back to breathing with the divine light, strengthening that all the time, that white gold light. Now you've built half your Antakarana bridge, the white gold light, right down to the center of Mother Earth. And then bring it back up into your heart again. And just keep letting your heart expand. Allow your heart energy to expand with lovely pink, little pink in the heart as well. Little pink flecks in the heart. And if you can't visualize, it really doesn't matter. The most important thing is that you go with this, and whatever experience is happening for you, it's all good, okay? And then breathe into your heart again and let that white gold light with intent to the divine source above you. Now, if you find that your divine source energy is bringing in a number of planets, that's okay. If you find that your divine source is connecting to this divine white central sunlight, that's what you need. So just allow the beautiful divine light up to intent with energies for your divine highest good. Nothing that is not for your divine highest good. Your higher self can oversee this. So you can say, I ask my higher self to completely, or my I am presence, to completely oversee my connection, my protection, and adjust my energy field exactly as I need it right now. So again, breathe into that. Breathe into the white gold light. And start to send the white gold light up to divine source. So we're going to breathe it in and send it up to divine source, thanking the divine source energies, the planetary celestial energies that are helping us. We thank them for the blessing of being here, and we thank them for the help they've been sending to us. Because sometimes we're always asking for help, and we forget to send our love back again. So just breathe into that for a few minutes, that divine white light. Breathe into that divine white light, strengthening the energies. Okay, there's a little bit of clearing going on now. Just watching the group energy, that's okay. Just breathe into it and keep strengthening divine white light. So now you've got a full Antakarana bridge, divine bridge, fully grounded and fully connected to source. You're protected. And we're going to call on the pink ray of love. So see a beautiful pink ray coming in, going right the way through you, all the way through you. And just breathe into that as we allow the divine Rohani beings, celestial beings, to come in with us now and just to guide us in this meditation. Okay, so just imagine yourself standing on a beach, or if there's somewhere else in nature that you really love, where do you go for your soul sanctuary? Where do you go? Imagine yourself standing there and feeling the earth, feeling the sand, touching it, playing with it through your fingers, so that you really connect to the place. Now we're going to imagine ourselves going on a beautiful light path. We're going to go on a beautiful light path. And our intent is that we're all being guided now by our higher self, by the Rohani beings. And the path looks slightly pink. And it has a path of like white pebbles and pink. But whatever you see as well, sometimes Spirit will take you exactly where you need to go. So just follow this path, our path. It's a winding path. We're following it up, and we're going up in the dimensions. We're going up into the clouds. And just follow this path until you see a beautiful, beautiful temple. And to me, the temple has a kind of a pink light. I feel it's the Temple of Atlantis. It has a beautiful pink light. And inside it, there's the most beautiful, big, big, big crystal. And I see the crystal as a kind of a bluey green, radiating light. But it's almost like it's almost got shimmering rainbows in it. Okay, and now they're settling us there. So just settle around that beautiful central crystal. And I'm just going to observe exactly what Spirit's showing me to do. So let your light from your heart connect with this crystal. We send the crystal love and blessings. And now there's a beam of sea green light coming back into your heart now. Just breathe in. Okay. And now Lord Melchizedek is appearing. So Lord Melchizedek, I see this shower of this like golden white sparkles of energy. So just let him bring the golden white sparkles of energy all around your aura. Within, through, and around your aura. And just breathe it in and be grateful. And anything that you feel. Also let any energies that are moving down through your feet into back to their proper place in the universe. Because not all the energies will go up when you're clearing. Some of them have to go down because they're too dense. And we just ask that they go back to their proper place in the universe in divine and right timing. They're not allowed to go in, through, and around anybody else, straight back to their proper place in the universe where they're dealt by Spirit divinely and accordingly, never to return again. It's done in the name of the I am, presence. Okay. So just a little bit of clearing. We're just going to bring in the golden flame now. Melchizedek. Just breathe in and trust Melchizedek what he's doing. And now he's saying thank you to all of you. And now you can see yourself coming back. And as you leave the temple, there's a lovely pink angel, Rouhani pink angel, waiting to meet you and greet you. That's going to come with you now. And there's also some people are also connecting with their Pleiadian guide, which comes through the Rahanni energy. So there's some pink angels, there's some Pleiadian guides coming in. So again, just say thank you with a big open heart for these beautiful gifts that are being given to us. And then we're going to walk down the path, the Rahanni path. I can see some of you have many gifts and are very connected to the Rohani celestial healing energy. Really beautiful. Back down the path. And then back into, either swim back to the beach or walk back to your special place or jump back or however you got back, call yourself back to your special place, your soul sanctuary. Okay. And I'm just going to ask now that your higher self and your divine guides and the beloved Rohani beings oversee any adjustments that need to be made, be it adjustments in your energy field. The new chakras have all been coming in, really important since 2014. The old chakras have been moving out down through the legs. So the old 7 chakras, it's important to use the new chakras now because the old 7 chakras don't exist anymore in people who are spiritually awake. So we're just going to just let Spirit do these final adjustments in your energy field. So just keep breathing in. Just seeing that beautiful white golden Takarana bridge, heart expanding. Big breath. And you can also, if you wish, see the white gold light, the pink light from your heart, expanding around the earth into every heart center of humanity, sent with love through the higher self. So the higher self resides in the heart. The higher self resides in the heart. So that's what the adjustment, may the adjustments in every person will say a prayer for every single person on the planet. May they have a lovely day. May they be blessed by Great Spirit, and may they align exactly to their soul path, their divine soul path. May they be free from the recesses in their mind, and may they be led to their divine I Am presence and the calling home in themselves. Okay, so now finally Spirit's saying that's it. So I'm just going to ask that your energy field is totally adjusted exactly as it's meant to be today, according to the needs of your higher self. It's a really good way to end the meditation if you've been quite deep. Just ask your higher self, your divine spirit helpers, to adjust your energy field exactly as it's meant to be. And just feel your feet on the ground. Come back into the room and move yourself a little bit. Okay. And thank you so much for listening. Namaste. I really enjoyed that. And it's always an honor and a pleasure to share with you about the Rohani. I just love it so much. Okay, I'm just going to check now for the chat. If there's any questions. Okay. Okay. Yes, also, just to thank the IPHM, for organizing this. You can find out more at their website, iphm.co.uk. Please do go and have a look. It's a really good organization to be in. Highly recommend it. And for organizing all this. So it's all to do with wellness and beauty. So do go to the IPHM website as well. Okay. Thank you so much. So if there's any questions, do let me know. Do I have the Q&A box? Okay. So I'm just going to say thank you so much. I'm going to stop my recording. Okay.